It's kind of,
and everybody's kind of
fun.
okay with it, and then you kind of spark conversation. So
and we have a ton of locals, and all of our locals. I mean, they like go out of their way to, they see someone they don't recognize, and they literally just go up and start talking to them. And where do you live? And hey, you don't have a stainless steel Raylene mug yet? You got to get you one. You got to become a, you got to become a pirate. Got to become a Rumbassador, or what we call them. Oh, you're not a Rumbassador yet, so.
Oh, I like that, Rumbassador.
Rumbassador, I like that. I mean, you literally do have hundreds of ambassadors for the business, for the brand. With all the regulars, thousands,
yes. So
How big's the Pirate Guild now?
I think there's about 3,000.
Wow.
Close to 3,000. Yeah, I think it's like 28 and change, 29.
Nice.
Last I looked, yeah.
And what is this we're talking about?
Yeah, let's talk about the Pirate Guild. Yeah, let's bring Jordan up to speed.
Really, basically, it's you buy a stainless steel mug.
Okay.
It's an insulated stainless steel Raylene mug with our logo on it, and it keeps your hot drinks hot and your cold drinks cold.
Okay.
And you buy a mug for $20, and when you come in, you bring your mugs so that you can be cool and you can be a pirate, and everybody else has got their mugs, and enjoy your drinks there. And then you get on a special email list, so you'll get emails first when we have events and when we have specials, like when we release the aged whiskey once a year. When we do certain things, we let the people that have a mug know about it a little before everybody else. So we just send out a blast and let them know that, hey, this is going on, and give those folks a chance first. And
it's like, I got to get a mug.
The pirate party, you got to mug up.
All the cool people have one.
Yes.
That's it, man. I want to.
And then
cool.
we have a special toast with it. How you clink the mugs together, and then we don't have a secret handshake, but we have a greeting, and it's a peg leg and eye patch. So you put your hand over one of your eyes and pull a leg up, and as you walk in the door. And I don't know, you got here kind of closer to close, so we've been having people leaving. But when people are coming and going, you'll hear everybody going "R," and that's our greeting. R, and everyone stands up and pulls a leg up and puts a hand over their eye to.
That's fun
for pirate eye patch, and we make you get dressed up and read the pirate eye chart. You see
it also
I
helps,
didn't
it
say
also
it correctly.
helps you
The eye chart. So we have the eye chart here, and there's a line on the floor back there. And when you buy your mug, we put a pirate hat on you and make you assume the position and read the eye chart. So
nice.
just goofy stuff, and people walk in like, "What are you doing?" The best is when we got a lot of people in here, and someone walks in and they've never been here before, and the whole place stands up and goes, "Arr!" And we've had people actually get scared and leave, and I'm like, "Someone go get them!" And so someone runs outside, like, "No, it's okay. It's just because they think, is this a private club? Is this a
Are we about to walk the plank?
No,
wow,
like no, it's just something we do when people walk in, So,
that's awesome.
Like, what's going on? I don't think we're supposed to be here. Like, no, someone go get them. So
that's fun.
Yeah,
you definitely have to join the guild, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and there's a drink list if you want to play like the kind of tasting tour. You get a drink list, and you can only have 3 drinks, per visit. This isn't a drinking game. This is just a way for you, kind of like the beer, how the breweries do it, Flying Saucer. A lot of local,
That's kind of
to try all the beers.
Example I think of Flying Saucer, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we have 60 cocktails on that list, and it gets you out of your comfort zone and gets you to try something too. Because I have people, I only drink whiskey or I only drink vodka. How the heck am I going to make it through this list? I don't like tequila or my blue agave spirits. But then they try some of these cocktails, like, oh my God, that's really good. So it kind of gets you to try different stuff. And
I think people get stuck on things,
They do.
It takes a good cocktail or a certain scenario to maybe change that up. And
I know I do it too, because, you're creatures of habit, and it is hard sometimes.
Definitely.
When I even go to restaurants and certain things that I go to all the time,
go with what you know,
same thing. I'm like, no, I need to try something different. And then sometimes you're like, oh, maybe I should. But other times you're like, no, that was totally worth trying something different.
Yeah.
Then, of course, there's a zinger or two on that list. So a cannon fodder, most people don't enjoy that one, but it's a beef broth and vodka with a little Worcester in it. It's so it's called a cannon fodder. And it's an actual cocktail that we maybe doctored up a bit, but there's a couple. You got to have a couple zingers on it that are like, what? But
wow, interesting.
So which drink's the most challenging for you to make? I mean, I know that there's some drinks that bartenders like, please don't order it, please don't order it. A
mojito. When we have fresh mints,
that's kind of the one
because it makes a mess, and then it clogs up your shakers in the sink, and because you got mint everywhere, and you're muddling mint, and the turtle piss, just because it's got so many ingredients in it, I always have to look it up because I always forget. The turtle piss is difficult to make. What else? Caprahena. You're muddling all the limes and stuff in there. It's just a little time. Now, again, if you're not real busy, you got multiple bartenders, it's no big deal. But when you got everybody waiting for drinks, and you're like, really, that one person has to order.
Right. No, we've
mojitos are lengthy. I'm a mojito fan
Yeah.
myself, and I've made them, and consider myself kind of a critic. And it is a lot.
Well, it just makes a mess too when you're
you're
returning the glass, and it's got mint
yeah.
in it, and I'm trying to wash dishes, or you're trying to and you got mint everywhere, and you're like, oh man, it's just. That's all.
Yeah,
but I love mojitos. That being said,
Right.
I do like them, and we do have fresh mint a lot. I don't have fresh mint now, but I will soon. I've just planted some more. But
nice.
I grow mint at the house, and we usually have a lot of fresh mint here. But after a few years, it gets all kind of woody and stuff.
Don't make a mess at the house. Come here and make a mess at
Yeah.
Raylene Distillery and have some mojitos.
Wait a little while till I get some mint going again, because I don't have any fresh mint right now, but we do have like mint syrup, so we're making them that way.
I remember we hosted a pub crawl not too long after the Miami Vice movie came out, the remake with I forgot even who was in it, Jamie Foxx and the Irish
Colin
guy,
Farrell.
Colin Farrell, yeah. And some of the bars go, hey, next time we do this, tell your people not to order mojitos, because we're slamming bars, 100 people in a bar at once, and people are ordering drinks that take a minute, take a long time to make. Yeah, bars.
Wow.
And we had literally actually added that to our rules for the next pub crawl.
Well, a lot of times on those pub crawls and stuff too, a good idea to do would be to have
set drinks
a set drink list, and you can batch them up. We do that on busy weekends, like we've got we'll have golf carters here on Saturday for Halloween, and it would probably be pretty busy on and off. So our drink specials, we'll batch them up and we make them in a big batch, a big jug. So you just give it a shake.
Okay.
Quick shake, and sometimes you might need to add a splash if it's got soda or something, and you don't want to add that into it. But it definitely does help. So our drink specials, we'll usually batch those up and make them so that they're quick and easy. So, and a lot of times, you get a really big group in, you're like, okay, we can't be making 200 drinks if you guys want them in any,
Right.
in any specific time frame. You're going to be here for an hour, like some of the big bus tours and things like that. We just pull the menus, and we're like, okay, we got, and
this.
Well, and then a rum and Coke, or there's a lot of things that are, hey, that's a no brainer. But when you have 100 some cocktails that have 5, 6, and then the shakers you're going through, and
strawberry and basil, and it gets wild. Yeah,
yes, and nutmeg, and yes.
So apparently, the turtle piss is a lot harder for bartenders than it is for turtles to make, I guess.
Well, I always forget what's in it. It's got like everything under the sun in it, and I'm like, oh man, I have to look it up again. So unless you just made it right then and there, I'm like, oh man, I got to look at that one again. But it's good though. It's good. It's good and strong, and it's a really bright green, pretty color.
So, what is your strongest drink? It would
probably be the turtle piss,
okay,
and then the zombie, and the Galveston Island iced tea.
So name off the turtle piss and the zombie, like what's in those then. I think you already maybe named the other one.
She already kind of told us that the turtle piss is a challenge.
Turtle piss has got vodka in it. It has whiskey. It's got a couple kinds of rum in it. It's got blue curacao. It has melon, like green melon in it.
Okay.
It has some pineapple juice. It has some lime, and I'm missing something. There's got to be apricot, or I can't remember.
Wow.
Yeah, it's got a lot in it.
She said 7 ingredients. Now we heard them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So that's the main gist of that one.
Yeah,
and,
cool.
Yeah, so.
All right, I'm gonna have to do one of those.
I'm thinking
turtle PP if you're embarrassed to.
Right. Politically correct.
Very appropriate. Yeah. So.
Or just turtle pee.
Yeah.
Yes.
That works across the board.
Turtle pee.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Kind of a TP. Awesome.
What else you got, man? I'm sure you got something else to talk about. I just think this is just an awesome venue. I think that people need to come down here more often, especially now that things are opening back up. This is a place to come and see if you haven't been here, or to come visit if you haven't been in a while. They're always doing new things, like you said, specials. They have so many different cocktails and spirits to choose from. So I think this is just an awesome place to definitely check off the list. Literally, as we were talking about earlier,
bucket list. Yeah,
there was a production company here called the Bucket List. So it's just an awesome venue and what she's done here. So.
Oh, absolutely, and it's grown and expanded, and she's fought for it the whole way. It's really. I've always been so impressed with how watching it from the start to where it is now, and knowing how hard you work. Both, as far as lobbying in Austin, but then also just literally behind the bar and out marketing and, I think the last time we had you on my other show, I think I called you the hardest working person I know in the alcohol business, and and obviously that still stands. I mean, but just such a pleasure that now you're back open and we're able to come out here, and I think everybody needs to come support, the local. I mean, drink local, drink coastal. I mean, you check out both those boxes, right? Yeah. So, I mean, just I guess the live music and that's probably ways off.
We're on the stage right now.
We have to wait, and of course we're also being discouraged from doing a lot of those things, and a lot of it is I don't want to be the one rocking the boat,
Yeah, sure.
And
right.
honestly, again, with our distillers, with a lot of the breweries and the wineries, we kind of all talk together about, okay, how are we going to try and differentiate ourselves? And in talks we have had, I was on a call with the Lieutenant Governor, on a Zoom call with the Lieutenant Governor, and that was, again, the Wine Growers Association, and we had some folks from wineries there, myself, Brewers Association, and we all kind of let him know that, hey, listen, we're willing to work with you if you don't just automatically say, hey, 51%, and you shut places like us down. Trying to explain to him that, hey, we'll wait on doing a lot of big events and we'll kind of keep it a little more low key and try and find different ways to do things while following all the COVID protocols and keeping people seated and not running around. And
well, hopefully he's responsive. Yeah. This is Dan Patrick we're talking about, right? Yeah. So hopefully he's he's listening. He seemed pretty responsive, and he was honest with us that he hasn't been to a lot of places. He's only been to a couple wineries, He thought, well, he'd been to a brewery, and he'd been to a very, very large brewery that has, no idea,
100,000, 1,000 people there, and didn't realize that a lot of us are much smaller venues, and we have 20, 30 people in here at a time, and it's a small tour group, and we have a lot of space. And so in talking with him about that and explaining that we close at 8, 9 o'clock at night, we're not 2 a.m. And you're not, and he was very receptive to that. And I think by us telling him that, hey, listen, we're going to follow the rules. We're not just going to go gangbusters and be out there, trying to pack people in and everything. So we're just being a little more careful with it and finding different fun things to do. And we got some ideas up our sleeves, and we're working on some stuff for the holidays and everything too.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Yep. So.
Yeah, alcohol makes a great holiday gift. No doubt about that.
Does.
Right?
It does.
I feel like, alcohol sales has to go up during Christmas.
It's huge. It's what we call OND in the business,
I'm
October,
sure.
November, December. What you do in OND is sometimes what you do the rest of the year a lot of times.
Wow.
This year might be different, though, with COVID and with the alcohol sales in general. It's going to be different. So, but yeah.
Well, that's why I asked about the packaged product. I used to never drink at home. I used to only drink out and about at bars and restaurants, and of course, obviously, that wasn't an option. So, I find myself. I used to never really track what's at the grocery store. I just never bought beer at grocery stores.
Yeah.
It's just weird how all of a sudden, this kind of forced to pivot that way.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are probably like that and didn't realize, how to make a cocktail. And we did a lot of that too. I had people calling me on the phone or emailing me, hey, I want to make X, Y, and Z.
That's awesome.
I'm like, go to the website, pull up our menu. They didn't I'm like, okay, so the first ingredients listed, here's how much alcohol you add. And then from there on, you add, the syrups and the whatever. No, I made it. It just wasn't the same. I'm like, because you don't pour that much grenadine in there. It's a splash. And, they just don't, it's like anything. If you don't cook or bake, you wouldn't know how to do something like that either. So, it was kind of fun to have people, how did you make that? Mine didn't taste as good as yours. What did I do wrong? So, walking people through making cocktails, So.
Yeah, it takes practice and the touch, and you know exactly like those ratios. So
Well, the good news is now they can come here again.
Yeah.
Yes, they can, and then they can check out the distillery and everything too. And we're doing tours. We just have to do them a little differently, and we're not doing them as many as we were. It's going to be more of a kind of sign up for type of thing. And when we've got other events going on, like this weekend, we have the golf cart parade and we have the Halloween happy hour. So with that, we can't do all that and have tours because we would probably more than likely be over occupancy. So we're just going to have to kind of play it by ear, but we can still do a lot of other stuff, and we're still doing tours in smaller groups and things like that. So.
Yeah.
And I guess the best way for people to stay informed, obviously, find you on social media, I guess, Facebook, or
Facebook,
check out the website.
Facebook, we always have our events listed and everything. Like we've got a book signing here next.
That's right. I saw that.
Week.
That one looks interesting too.
Yeah,
right?
you you would probably really be interested in him because he's a pilot,
right?
And he's a veteran, Air Force, and a sailor, and he's a rocket scientist. So actually, John,
No,
I should introduce you guys.
Yeah,
so
absolutely. No,
you would